And that is a continual work for every follower of Jesus. It says in the book of James, get rid of all moral filth and the evil that's so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you. Don't merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. So what does this look like practically for each one of us? I mean, we see the crowds in this story asking John, man, what shall we do? They wanted to put their repentance into practice. And to those crowds in general, John points them to live in selfless, sacrificial generosity, to provide for the basic needs of others. To the tax collectors and the soldiers who ask him, John basically tells them, do your work with integrity. Don't misuse or abuse your positions or authority or privilege. But I was thinking about it this week, and all of these instructions, all three sets, there's really a call to contentment. Don't continue striving for more. Don't hold on to everything as your own. Don't make it your life's ambition to accumulate, but be grateful for and satisfied with what you have. Now, contentedness doesn't mean you can't hope for or pursue good things, but it does mean being satisfied and trusting God where you are and with what you have right now. And discontentment, ultimately, it stems from a lack of trust in God. I've seen that in my own heart. And it can lead us to make selfish choices and elevate desires we have to the place where they rule our hearts and our decisions. So many of the temptations we face grow out of a heart of discontentment. But Paul tells his protege Timothy, godliness with contentment is a great gain. And as I look at the words of John to the crowds, to the tax collectors, to the soldiers, I'm struck by how personal his words to each group is. He pinpointed temptations and trip-ups that would have been specifically relevant to them in their positions and place in life. And he said, repentance means resisting those. When it comes to each one of us, in some ways we battle similar sinful inclinations, pride, selfishness, anger, but how that practically reveals itself in each of our hearts can look differently. We all have different struggles, different temptations that we're regularly enticed to return to. And it's so important for each one of us to recognize those, to call them out, so we can be aware of them and not caught off guard. John's call and the call of Jesus after him to each one of us is the same. Man, resist those temptations. Keep up the fight to follow Jesus and invite him into the battle to give you the perseverance we can't muster up on our own. As the author of Hebrews encourages us, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles.